Hey y'all, happy Thursday. So today, just to give you guys a little bit of, it's very, very visual. And I'm reading from Rick Renner's book, Dressed to Kill. And I'm reading from chapter 3. And so this talks about, details, again, visual, vivid, easy to understand what he's talking about here, what Jesus is referring to as us who are captive, who have been under the dominion of sin or oppressed, okay? And so he says that there are 4 words that are used to denote redemption in the Greek. And the word that is used in Romans 5:12, which it talks about wherefore as by one man sin entered the world, and by death death by sin, and so passed upon all men, for all have sinned. Okay, this agorizo, that's how we're going to say it. It's AGORIDZO. This, the first of the 4 words, is a technical term that was used to describe the marketplace. Now, this is very interesting. It was most frequently used to specifically describe the slave market. The slave market was a dreadful and deplorable place. Such places should have never been permitted. Human beings were paraded in front of potential buyers and were then placed on the trading block where they were auctioned off like animals, old furniture, or unwanted junk. The slave's value was determined primarily by the condition of their teeth. If they had good teeth, they were probably in good shape and were therefore more expensive. If they had rotten teeth, they could probably be bought rather cheaply. As if this wasn't inhumane and degrading enough, slave buying customers were also encouraged to kick and hit the merchandise in order to determine the slave's level of physical fitness. In short, slaves had no personal worth. They were viewed to be no better than animals. According to the thinking of that day, they were just another kind of workhorse and had no real human value. Their only purpose in the world was to serve the demands that their current owners exacted of them. With all of this in mind, we can see that the Holy Spirit has told us something extremely important by using the word agorizo to describe redemption. When Jesus Christ came into the world had become an utterly deplorable place. The beautiful paradise that God had originally created in Eden was gone. Not even a hint of it remained. In its place, the world had become a global slave market, where Satan had gripped the hearts of men and filled their natures with violence and destruction. With each successive generation after Adam, spiritual death drove people of all nations, tribes, and ethnic groups deeper and deeper into slavery and total depravity. This is the dominion of sin and oppression. Thus, the world that Jesus Christ was born into nearly 2,000 years ago was a world of complete captivity. Through Adam's disobedience, this spiritual death had seized the nature of all mankind. By using the word agorizo, we unmistakably know that when Jesus Christ first came to the earth, he came into a disgusting, nauseating spiritual slave market where human beings lived their entire lives on this earth as slaves to Satan and to the negative effects of sin. Our bondage at that time was so complete that Paul states that we were sold under sin. The word sold is a Greek word that describes a transfer of property. By using this word, Paul clearly tells us that mankind has been transferred from the hands of God into the hands of a new owner. This, of course, is the picture of Satan's total ownership of us before Jesus Christ came into our lives. Like slaves in the slave market, we stood helpless before the devil as he slapped our lives around, hitting us, kicking us, spitting upon us, and abusing us in every way possible. Our slave owner, Satan, tried to damage our self-image, kill our bodies with various types of sins and vices, and mar us emotionally. When he was finished using one form of bondage and death on us, he would place us back on the trading block to be auctioned off again. Soon, another form of bondage would overtake us and begin to make its own destructive mark on our lives. But Jesus. Oh, but Jesus. Because we can know the truth and be set free and be set at liberty from the dominion of sin. And we'll finish up and pick up there tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.